Live from Ranger Stadium, it is Texas high school football on the Rangers Network, and this District 12 5A game is underway. And what a big return to start things off for Smithson Valley. Kyler Clark on the opening kickoff, all the way for the Rangers touchdown. And this game off to a bang. Brant Freeman alongside Joe Muchagimba. 12 seconds in. Joe, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, great way to start it, huh?
So Kyler Clark, a kickoff return for a touchdown. And Smithson Valley strikes first in this district matchup. Going the distance is Kyler Clark. Smithson Valley special teams have been so good this season. The kicking game, the return game. Clark, the kick return for a score. And Amaya's point after is no good. And so the Rangers settle for 6. Let's settle in, Joe. Again, both teams coming off of the bye from a week ago. Smithson Valley coming in, having won 2 straight to open District 12 5A play. The Lobos, meanwhile, after opening the season 2-0, they've dropped 3 straight, including their first 2 district ball games.
Yeah, everybody gets that week off, and some people look forward to it, and then teams that are hot or that are playing well, they would just soon not have it. But regardless, everybody's got an open week last week in this district, and now they're really on a stretch run, trying to make it to the show now, or to the dance, if you will, at the end of the season. So, gives you a little bit of time to recoup, reevaluate. If you got some bumps and bruises, get them well. Like I said, to make the long run towards the end of the season.
Good showing here at Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley playing at home for the 3rd time this year. A record of 1-1. And that one win came in the Rangers' last game, a 35-0 drubbing of Canyon. Smithson Valley's 18th straight win over the Cougars, who they have not lost to since 1995. And what was impressive about that win, Coach Hill's defense shutting out a Cougars offense, which had been averaging better than 45 points a game.
It was a really solid ball game by, every phase of the game. Actually, the defense really shined because you see the goose egg, but the offense has something to do with that by keeping them off the field some. So they complemented each other real well and came out with a big win.
So the first kickoff from the Rangers. And Amaya's kick fielded at the 6-yard line. And the returner is going to be stopped just across the 10 for Lehman. Eddie Martinez on the return. Let's talk more about these Lobos. Again, start of the year 2-0, wins over Bastrop and Austin McCallum, but since then they've lost 3 straight, and they have been outscored 137-20. How do they compete, Joe, in a game like this tonight?
Well, maybe they had some injuries or something. They're able to get some kids back, but really they got to come into it with a positive frame of mind and don't come into this stadium being afraid. Otherwise, you can get blown out pretty dang quick. Good
look there at Jackson Duffy for Smithson Valley, coming in with 3 career interceptions. The quarterback Colin Richardson for the Lobos. Their first play is a short run for Noah Long. That's going to bring up 2nd down and long. Dylan Goss on the tackle for the Rangers.
Yeah, this is the way Smithson Valley would like to start off. Big kicking game play. Defensively, obviously, they'd like to pin them back right here and do something with their punt block, punt return team, and get the offense on a short field. We'll see how that plays out.
Should note, one of the 2 wins for the Lobos this year came on the road in the opener over Bastrop. Playing on the road tonight, 2nd down and 9. There's a tackle in the backfield. Great pursuit, Jackson Maynard, and the Lobos are faced with 3rd and 10.
Yeah, they're pretty excited right now. They're flying around pretty well to the football.
And you see Isaiah Hernandez on the carries limping off for Lehman. And so the Lobos will go to the bench. Hernandez is their leading rusher on the season. Now, Richardson in this offense faced with 3rd and 10. Being flushed out of the pocket, on the run, throws that one away. And so the Smithson Valley defense, coming off the shutout pitch against Canyon, forces a 3-and-out.
They're just playing really, really good as a unit right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and Coach Worsfer and his defensive staff have really got them honed in.
And so we'll see the Lobos punt for the first time tonight. Again, keep in mind, just saw a kick return for a touchdown from Kyler Clark. Both he and Bafidis are back deep. Bafidis, 2 career punt returns for scores himself this year. Matthew Maldonado back to punt for Lehman. Almost blocked. This is Clark. Sheds a couple of tackles to the outside. Another block of the 40. Clark down the sidelines inside the 20 and pushed out there.
Yeah, both of those guys are threats. There's a flag on the play, probably a block in the back if I had to guess. But Bafidis and Clark are both just dangerous. You don't want to punt the ball because you got to kick it to one of them. And same thing when you're kicking off. They're just really, really dangerous.
This flag was thrown back at the 30-yard line, and it has been confirmed as an illegal block in the back against Smithson Valley. And so the Rangers come out at offense for the first time. A unit averaging 25 points a game, and they're led by their quarterback, Chase Senelik. So far, a 6-1 record as a starter in his career. Big-time numbers in district play. 2 games in, Senelik 23 of 26, better than 18 yards per completion, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Here's a flip to De Hoyos. Off that right side, sheds a tackle, and De Hoyos inside the 5 to the end zone, and the Rangers strike again.
They just overload them. They outmanned them into the boundary that time, and De Hoyos hit it just screaming downhill and just kind of outran the rest of them, took a little shot at the goal line and walked it on in.
That is a 43-yard gallop into the end zone for David De Hoyos. Smithson Valley's offense has touched the ball once. They have 2 touchdowns. And for David De Hoyos, second rushing score of the year. His other one came against Canyon 2 weeks ago. And Smithson Valley, after having missed the point after on the first touchdown, will send out the PAT unit again. That was the first miss for Clayton Amaya earlier in the game. Such a big leg.
Yeah, he's got a big-time leg, and he's normally very consistent with it. Uncharacteristic of him missing that first one.
Personal foul against Lehman. And that means Smithson Valley will kick off from midfield after the PAT. Not even 2 minutes gone by. Smithson Valley a commanding 2-touchdown lead. We're back after this on the Rangers Network.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Family time, anytime. Always worth every dime. On our way to Chicken E. Unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best. Not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
Back out at Ranger Stadium, Smithson Valley, what a start. Opening kickoff back for a touchdown, Kyler Clark. And then on the offense's first play of the game with a short field, David De Hoyos' 43-yard touchdown run. At Smithson Valley, before fans settle into the seats on top 13-0. And remember, there was a personal foul penalty on the touchdown. And so with that, Amaya is kicking on the Lobos side of the field at the 45. Pops this one up into the air. The fair catch made at the 15. And that will take the ball to the 25-yard line. A look again at the Hoyas' touchdown run, Joe. Great blocking on the perimeter.
Yeah, Hunt gets him a really nice block outside. They kind of zone off on the safety there. And little Mafidis gets up in the hole, blocks the other safety coming across, and the Hoyas really doesn't get touched until he's to about the 2-yard line. So
Smithson Valley's been a very good first quarter team this year. With these 2 early touchdowns, they have outscored the opposition 58-7 in the first quarter of the season.
Yeah, there's something to be said for getting out to a big start, fast start. Especially if you have somebody that's kind of down a little bit like Lehman might be, losing 3 in a row and coming in kind of feeling their way into the ball game. You just kind of set the tone early for them.
There was an official's timeout to move the ball 5 yards further up. Of course, touchbacks now to the 25-yard line, not the 20. And this first play on the series is a run for Zeke Holland. And the Lobos, who went 3 and out on their first possession, now faced with 2nd down and 7.
Defensive line's showing up pretty big right now. I know they've only played 4 snaps, but they're not staying blocked very long at this point in the ball game.
Last time Lehman played, they fell in a shutout against Wagner. The Thunderbirds held them to 18 yards rushing that night. A couple of runs to start this drive, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 to go. Very special moment, by the way, right before game start. Chandler Fuller, daughter of the late, great former Ranger Cody Fuller, sang the national anthem. Mom Cassie in attendance. 3rd down and 4, and this is a 1st down pickup. Nice run, Holland, out across the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Joe, you knew Cody very well. It was such sad and tragic news, that of his passing from cancer back in the spring. But a very special moment, again, for his family before the start of tonight's game.
Yeah, they've been engaged through the Smithson Valley family since it's happened. They had little sister Cohen up here watching her sing, and both the little brothers are down there probably wreaking havoc under the bleachers somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, just a real special family. There's a lot of community out here that just always come together in times like that, and this is no different.
First completion of the night for Richardson, good for 9 yards to Eddie Martinez. As a team, Lehman scoring under 17 points a game. They've been held to 7 total in their 2 district games this year. And they're facing a Ranger defense, which just pitched a shutout against Canyon. And for the season, opponents only putting up 12 points a game against this Ranger defense. Lobos, good drive going here inside of midfield. Whistles before the snap, and a false start coming up against the Lobos. You talk more about this Lehman program, Joe, and you and I were talking about it before the game. Their head coach, Bruce Salmon, 5th season. Very good head coach, and trying to build something at Lehman, and it's been tough over the years.
Yeah, Bruce is one of the better ones in the business. He's in it for, he's teaching kids the right way to do things. Obviously, not having the success that he'd like to have over there, nor are the kids, but he's going to keep working with them, keep coaching them hard, and they know he's going to take care of them. So, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than you want.
Holland, another good run. Gavin Woods had the strip, but they're saying that Holland was down. And watch this again, right side of your screen. Ball starts to come loose a little bit. The Rangers may have a case here. But regardless, it's Lehman football now inside the 40-yard line. Second possession for the Lobos tonight. Here's a pass rush on a screen caught by Holland. And there's Woods with the tackle. What a career he has had. Last year, Joe named second team All-State at defense. Is now Holland is hobbled for the Lobos, who've already seen Isaiah Hernandez go to the sidelines.
Yeah, Gavin's obviously he's defensive lineman. Last year played defensive end. They stood him up this year and put him behind the D-line, and he's having another great year. He's just one of many on that defense that could play a lot of different positions.
And there you see Holland going off to the sidelines. So now the Lobos are down to a third-string running back. And in the backfield alongside Richardson is Matthew Thornsberg. Thornsberg up the middle. This is going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Dudzikowski on the stop there for Smithson Valley.
It's not really a situation that Lehman would like to be in, 3rd and 11.
See a lot of soft coverage from Smithson Valley's defensive backs. Screen. Catch is made, but fighting off the block to make the tackle, Zach Gingrich, and it brings up 4th down.
It's a great job of going through the receiver to the football. Zach had a little bit of space to go if he chooses one side or the other, but he goes right through the middle of him and stutters the whole play.
So 4th down and 11 halfway through the first quarter, and Lehman going to keep the offense out there. Could see a quick kick here from Richardson. Smithson Valley showing pressure. Richardson taking a shot down the field, incomplete. A lot of traffic right down the seam looking for Martinez, and it's a turnover on downs for Lehman.
That was a decent little drive by Lehman. Picked up 2 or 3 first downs, moved the ball the other end of the field. Kind of got a chance to get into the game a little bit.
So a good drive for the Lobos. Stalls just inside the 40-yard line. Smithson Valley's offense takes over. And again, the Rangers have only run one play on offense. A kickoff return for a touchdown and a 43-yard touchdown run. David Ahoyas, the point so far. This Lehman defense surrendering more than 38 points a game. Sedlick off the play fake, steps up, fires behind TJ Hunt. Covered by Beckham Mutagetsi. There's a flag back at the 43-yard line.
I think they're going to get the illegal lineman downfield, I believe.
Ten-yard flag against the Rangers. First accepted penalty against Smithson Valley tonight. Sedlick against Canyon 2 weeks ago, 264 yards passing, just one misfire, 15 of 16, 3 scores, all to TJ Hunt. Looked like a Lobo may have jumped off sides. Don't see a flag as Lance takes it up to the 35-yard line.
Got about half of that penalty back on that down right there. Just getting it, trying to get back into manageable something.
Rangers 4-1. They've won 3 straight. Only setback against Harker Heights back in week 2. Simpson wins over East Central, Wagner, and Canyon. They've passed 2 stiff tests already in 12-5A play. Sedlick to TJ Hunt. Hunt separation, putting on the Jets. Hunt scores again.
2 really big plays, and explosive plays are what you like to have, a few of them each game.
65 yards to TJ Hunt, 8 touchdown catches this season. And Smithson Valley rolling here in the first quarter.
TJ's been a really, really big weapon for him this season.
Hunt, Smithson Valley's top receiver, averaging more than 20 yards a catch. That average will go up after taking that one 65 yards to the house. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Smithson Valley 20, Lehman nothing on the Rangers Network.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Smithson Valley has run 3 plays on offense, as you see. Reese Anderson, the team starting center, limping back to the sidelines. And they have scored 3 touchdowns. 1 on special teams, 2 explosive plays on offense, 43-yard touchdown run. David DeHoya's 65-yard touchdown pass sent a lick to TJ Hunt. So Joe, 3 plays, and the Rangers have racked up well over 100 yards on those plays on offense.
Yeah, Coach Hill's got to be pleased with what he's saying. Sometimes you can come out open week and look a little bit rusty, a little sluggish, just not really ready for it. But they got them ready to go. They came back in. They came back in after an open week, and it looks like they're just chomping at the bit to play.
Again, we saw Anderson kind of laboring back to the sideline. Smithson Valley has already shuffled the deck a little bit on the O-line up front. Tyler Stone started the year at center. He's now at right tackle. Colton Thomason started at right tackle. He's now at left guard. This will be a touchback for the Lobos, who trailed 20-0.
Yeah, you got to really guard, like Coach Worcester's got to guard against the defense getting a little complacent, Lehman just had the best drive they had of the night, picked up about 3 first downs, so they're not out of it. But sometimes it's hard to keep them playing when you look up in the first quarter and it's already 20-0.
Smithson Valley, one of 3 teams out to 2-0 starts in district play. Hayes and Seguin are the other 2. We'll talk more about the district coming up as Lehman gets ready for its 3rd possession of the game, down 3 scores. Richardson to the 25-yard line. Quick completion out to Martinez will bring up 2nd down and 5. Martinez has been the top target for Richardson this year. Team leader in catches and yards receiving. And a veteran player, Eddie Martinez, has been on varsity for the Lobos since he was a freshman. On 2nd and 5, this time a pass to the other side of the field, close to first down yardage to Kyle Kaufman, the junior. And this is going to bring up a 3rd down. Or check out, they're going to move the sticks, and a first down completion there for the Lobos. So for making 5 completions now in the game for Colin Richardson, a junior for this Lobo offense, played 7 games as a sophomore last year with a handful of starts. Fresh set of downs and a run up the middle and back into the game. Good to see Isaiah Hernandez, and it seems like that kind of delayed run up the middle has been Lehman's best play from offensively tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they run a little fold scheme up inside and just hitting it right down the pipe. Smithson Valley is playing a little bit different type of a defense inside. I'm not so sure everybody's getting where they're supposed to on those particular plays.
Gain of 7 yards as we approach 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again up the middle, and this time Smithson Valley sniffs it out. Looked like it was Caleb Sosa on the tackle there for the Rangers, who have made a habit getting into opposing backfields. The front has really set the tone for Smithson Valley's defense this year.
Yeah, they're big and strong and athletic. I mean, I say big. They're not giants by any means, but they're plenty hefty. They're 220, 230, 240 across, and very athletic, which makes it tough.
3rd and 7. Hernandez again to the backfield. Here's the blitz from the cornerback. Throw on the run, tipped and incomplete off the hands of the Ranger defender, backpedaling. Able to tip the ball there for Smithson Valley. Looked like Davis Kuhn's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
As a weak side linebacker, that dropped back underneath that.
It's actually a number that we don't have listed on the roster at 43. Somebody better take it up with Coach Hill, and Joe, I think that's you. Maldonado back to punt. One punt already tonight, and there Bafidis and Clark awaiting.
It's a nice punt. Really, really nice punt.
Clark the fair catch at the 21-yard line with 2:24 to go. Smithson Valley on top 20-0. Mentioned the district. 3 teams out the 2-0 starts. Wagner alone in 4th place. They're 2-1. So right now on the outside looking in, Canyon, Lehman, Bernie Champion, and MacArthur. And there was a game played in the district last night. Wagner beat MacArthur 61-12. And so the Thunderbirds have rebounded nicely since the district opening loss to the Rangers.
Yeah, Wagner's going to make some noise in the district, no question.
On 1st and 10, this is Bafidis. Gets a block from Sowersby to the outside, and then gets chopped down near the perimeter, out near the sidelines. And a good first down play for Bafidis in this Ranger offense.
They're trying to get in everybody's hands. Coach Hill's still not through his scripted plays to start the ball game off yet. He's still trying to, formation them, see how they're going to line up to different sets and get it to different players.
13 yards on the pickup for Bafidis, who's averaging close to 11 yards per touch this year. Running play up the middle. Sowersby picking his way through defenders and ultimately got tripped up by Peter Sinaga for Lehman after a short gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Sowersby brings a little bit of spark in the backfield. He's very different than the other 2 backs that they play.
Sowersby, sophomore, 2nd leading rusher on the team behind only Doug Lance. Averaging better than 5.5 yards per carry. Quick screen to Clark, trying to make a defender miss in space. Stopped at the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Mutagetsi for the Lobos, and it brings up the first 3rd down of the game for Smithson Valley's offense. Talked about the Rangers defense shutting out Canyon 2 weeks ago. Offensively put up 35 points, 28 coming in the 2nd quarter alone. This team can score in bunches. Kind of a delayed, awkward handoff there. Sedelic to Sowersby, and the Lobos, an impressive stand on defense, bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like they were lucky enough to put that ball on the ground. I'm not sure what happened. I'll watch a replay here.
I see Sedelic there.
I've seen play before.
And Sowersby Stop well short of the first down. Final seconds ticking off the first quarter clock. Let's see if Amaya gets this off with Anthony Mata waiting back deep, and the punt is away. And that's going to bounce right around the 10-yard line. That will take us to the end of the first quarter. What a start for Smithson Valley. 1 quarter in, they're on top, 20-0 over the Lobos. We're back after this on the Rangers Network.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Canyon Cougars. Sage Capital Bank is proud to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
Mom, can you get this one?
See, mi amor, I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
All right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America. So they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
Coming off a nice punt from Clayton Amaya, 50-yarder pinned down to the 10-yard line as we start the second quarter. Rangers playing very well early on top 20-0. Brent Freeman, Joe Muchigemba on this Friday night from Ranger Stadium. First pass of this drive incomplete down the field for Kyle Kaufman. Good downfield coverage. Smithson Valley, and it brings up second down.
A great job on safety getting over the top of that route. They're running a little cover 2 up there. Corner squatted down, and safety had to run to the hash.
Covers downfield from Kason Camacho for the Rangers. Lobos, one of their higher scoring quarters this year, has been the second, trying to get something going here, down 20-0, and that's not going to work. Holland stacked up. See a combination of Gavin Woods and Noah Herring there. And 2 plays into the drive, Lehman faced with 3rd down and long.
Well, they've shown to have a few screens in their back pocket, but typically 3rd and 13 is or 12 isn't a really good down to run a screen on because people are looking for it.
This is an offense which is averaging only 11 first downs a game. They were held to 8 against Wagner in the last game 2 weeks ago. Richardson steps up and throws a short completion right around the 15-yard line. That's it for Martinez. And Smithson Valley, after pinning the Lobos back deep, going to stop on defense, and this will force a punt. Saw a good pass rush there from the Rangers. Jackson Maynard applying the pressure as Richardson checks off to the sidelines. 4 touchdown passes on the year for Richardson, but none since September the 9th against Lockhart. As the Gold Balloon enjoys taking a ride in the student section, here's the punt from Smithson Valley. And Bufinas on the return, sheds 1 tackle. And Bufinas going to be dropped inside the 40-yard line.
Bufinas and Clark always seem to be good, at least pick up the first down. The offense doesn't have to.
And now another Lobo laboring, Peter Sinega. Lehman's leading tackler laboring back to the sidelines as we look at Smithson Valley's offense getting ready to come out for its first offensive series of the second quarter, and their head coach Larry Hill, season number 30 at Smithson Valley, up to 278 wins all with the Rangers. On first down, Sidlick off the play fake, rears back and fires, and the pass incomplete for Weston Ross. Brings up second down. These two meeting, by the way, for the third time ever. Not a lot of history, Rangers and Lobos. They were in a district with each other before, 2010 and 2011. Smithson Valley won both games then in rout, 61-18 and 41-0. Second down and 10. Here's a flip to Clark on the little shovel pass. Good move to the outside, but a better tackle in space made by Muta Getzi. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, that's a real nice tackle we got made against Clark, because that's not an easy task, getting him out there in space by yourself.
And there's Clark coming off of the sidelines now. 3rd and 7 for the Rangers. Do see Tyler Stone back at his center, by the way, as we saw Reese Anderson come out earlier. Defender Josiah Matza almost jumps for Lehman. There's a run play. Sowersby off the left side. Good tackle by Josiah Perez. And you kind of wondered there with the play call, Joe, if Larry Hill the entire time was thinking this is 4-down territory.
I think probably so. I'm not so sure that they couldn't make a field goal from here, but I think he'd rather pick up the first down.
You're right. Amaya certainly has the leg to hit from 50. That's what this would be, but the Rangers foregoing that and instead going forward on 4th and 5. Senlick rolling out of the pocket, pointing downfield, throws against the grain, incomplete. Looking for Hunt. Play broken up by Muta Getzi, and the Lobos force a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they brought a little bit of pressure and flushed him, got him out of the pocket, away from his receivers. He only had one on this side of the field, and he was tucked way back in the middle, coming from the hash. Just couldn't get across to him.
It feels like Lehman's defense has settled into the game now after a tough start.
Yeah, I would agree with you. They're playing a little bit better now than they did at the beginning.
After the turnover on downs, Richardson with the handoff to Holland. And there's Woods on the tackle short of the 40-yard line. Going to bring up second down after a solid first down play.
They're going to play hard. Coach Simon, if I know anything about Coach Simon, his kids are going to continue to play hard.
4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Rangers 20 points, all scored early in the first. Defense, though, a couple of good stands. Last two Ranger possessions. Offense trying to get something going now. Down 20-0. There's a fumble, and it's going to be picked up by Smithson Valley. Recovered by Cade Spradling as the Rangers force their 9th turnover of the season. And it all happened, Joe, in the handoff.
Yeah, it was mishandled it all right in there. It really doesn't matter how, I guess. If you're the Rangers, you got the football on the short field. See if they can punch it in, do something with it.
Again, Smithson Valley playing for second home win of the season tonight and their 52nd, dating back to 2010. And I believe we have a timeout called by the Lobos. And Joe, you were talking about Bruce Salmon, 5th year now at Lehman, was the head coach at Marion before taking over in 2018. And this is a guy who has made the rounds, close to 30 years of coaching experience at the high school level. He's had stops in Schertz, Pflugerville, San Antonio, and he's also coached before within the Comal ISD.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he's not really going to grow roots too often. It doesn't seem to, at least. But sometimes people are moving for a reason and not a good reason. For him, it's always been on his own. He does a really good. I'm just telling you, he's a real positive guy with his kids. Those kids down that field right there will do anything for him. He's just that type of a guy, a father figure, role model, whatever you want to call him. Takes care of them, treats them right, but he works their butts off, and they're going to play hard for him.
Lehman fielded his first team back in 2005. This is the 18th season of Lobos football. The coach then to usher in the program, Steve Davis. Lance on the first play following the fumble recovery. Good moves by Lance. Darting inside the 30-yard line and down to the 26. It's a 9-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there's a flag on the ground.
And it is a hold negating this run by Lance. Second penalty tonight against Smithson Valley.
Yeah, that was a really good run. I mean, had some good moves, good quick feet.
Talked about the Rangers offense, good numbers this year. Keep in mind, it's a team that lost a dangerous weapon early on. Freddie Dubose, a knee injury, first game of the year. The Smithson Valley has established playmakers at his absence, namely TJ Hunt, right now at the top of your screen. 65-yard touchdown earlier in the game. This is a draw for Lance off that right side and bullies his way inside the 35-yard line. Gets the penalty yardage back and then some.
Yeah, that's one of those plays you just got to be kind of patient. You know, you can't have any penetration in the backfield, otherwise the whole thing gets blown up. Offensive line did a nice job of creating some vertical seams on that and giving him a chance to run downhill.
Lance coming off one of his better games of the season. 11 carries, 66 yards in the win 2 weeks ago over Canyon. In the backfield again here on second down. It is Lance once more. And Lance, another good physical run close to the sticks. And they're going to give him a first down. And now you have yet another Lehman player struggling after getting up, Lawrence Aguilera. Big number 65, a sophomore defensive tackle. And he's going to come off the field. Halfway through this second quarter, Smithson Valley in command on top 20-0, playing for their fourth win in a row. Here's Sedlick off the play fake, quick screen, caught by Clark, has a block from Birch, trying to figure out which way to go. Goes left with a flag in late, and then the hat comes off, so that means another flag coming from the same official. The second one's going to be a late hit against Jacob Vaquez, and we'll see what the first flag is for.
I guess the first one might be holding on that wide receiver. I didn't really see it, but the second one's going to be dead ball, personal foul, maybe.
So some laundry and headwear to sort out now. And there was a look at Coach Salmon, trying to communicate with the officials, and who are still talking at the 20-yard line. Again, work cut out for Coach Salmon to try and turn this into a perennial winner. One winning season in Lehman football history. That was back in 2011. And they have yet to make the postseason. So two personal foul penalties in the same play. One a face mask against Nathaniel Perez, and the other late hit against Jacob Vaquez. And with that, Smithson Valley well inside the red zone. And here you see that late hit. Clark well out of bounds. And the late shove there from Vaquez. And Smithson Valley will march its way inside the 10 all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Looks to me like there's some talking, some communicating between the two teams down there on the field right now.
It's a district ball game.
Yep.
Every game magnified. These two don't know each other well, but they'll get to know each other pretty good over the next hour and a half, and then again next year. Who knows how long after that. First and goal off that right side. Lance stumbles inside the 5. Second and goal for Smithson Valley as we tick inside of 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Colton Tomlinson takes his dude all the way to the back of the end zone on the ground. I don't know if you'll see it here.
Just out of picture
Just
there.
out of picture.
Yeah. Again, big number 77, Colton Thomason. You cannot miss him, literally. Towers above everybody. And he'll be playing college football this time next year in College Station for Texas A&M. Second down and goal. Here's Lance off the left side, trying to cut it back inside, stretches across the plane, and Doug Lance is in. Smithson Valley 26, Lehman nothing.
That was a good second effort by Lance. That was pretty much all on his own.
And that, the first touchdown of the year for Doug Lance, who scored 5 touchdowns a year ago. So Smithson Valley capitalizes off the Lehman fumble. And then 2 back-to-back personal foul penalties leading to a touchdown. Smithson Valley 27, Lehman still scoreless. 5:10 to go in the second quarter on the Rangers Network.
Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler!
In Smithson Valley's last 6 quarters of football, they've outscored the opposition 62-0. 4 touchdowns on the day with a missed PAT gives them 27 tonight. Coming off the Doug Lance 3-yard touchdown run. And the ensuing kickoff results in a touchback with 5:10 to go here in the second quarter. So mention Wagner won last night, blowing out MacArthur 61-12. Other games happening this evening around District 12 5A. Bernie Champion at Seguin. The Chargers, a good program, but winless so far in district. They're 0-2. And Canyon, big game for them. They're playing at Hayes.
Yeah, that's a big one there. That's a huge game, Canyon and Hayes. Thinking that maybe both of them, if they can just, pull this one off, whatever, they both feel like they have a legitimate chance to get in the playoffs, and I think they do.
There's Richardson and the Lobos at offense. Again, looking for a spark. Quick completion and a good shoulder tackle right at the 30-yard line by De Hoyos of Eddie Martinez. Good for about 4 yards there. Will bring up second down and 6.
De Hoyos, now he can bring the wood when he chooses to. He knocked that ball out on the track out of that receiver.
And here's that shoulder pop from De Hoyos, and the ball actually did come out. Talked about Colton Thomason. He'll be playing at Texas A&M. De Hoyos at Texas Tech, but not this sport, baseball. Great player for Chad Cale's program at Smithson Valley. Here's a tackle for loss. Spradling, who recovered the fumble on Lehman's last possession. Good tackle there, brings up third down and 10.
Yeah, that was interesting play. Lehman pulled both guards opposite directions that time. Sometimes it's hard to sort things out.
This Lehman offense was held to 68 total yards in the 12-5A opener against Seguin. Had a tough time moving the ball tonight. Now faced with third down, close to 10 yards to go. And the receivers lost the snap count there for Lehman.
Yeah, they're trying to get a head start.
So again, Joe, both teams coming off of the bye week. The entire district was off last week. How do coaches tend to spend the bye week with their programs?
Well, I'm gonna say you got to be a little bit careful. You don't kid glove it at all, but you've got to grind. You can't just approach it as, we're gonna take a week off and then worry about our opponent next week. I mean, you got to put the pads on, do a little popping, get a little, reassess things, reassess your personnel, how everybody's playing. Do you need to make some position changes schematically? You try to look at tendencies. Are we doing something defensively that people are picking up on, or offensively we need to break some tendencies? So there's a lot of work to be done. People say we got an open week or an off week. Well, there's not an off week all year long. So, but you just have to be careful though, because you don't want to grind them so much at first week. Because you do want to get them well. You want to give them a little bit of time off, get them off their feet a little bit. And really want to have them fresh coming into the night because you're fixed to make a run. There's no more open weeks, and if you're fortunate to get into the playoffs, well, those weeks just get tougher and tougher and tougher as they go. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse. It just depends on how you handle it.
A look at the Ranger student section here at Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley 1-1 at home this year. Spoke about Larry Hill earlier, year number 30 at Smithson Valley. First 29 seasons, just one losing record. And that was all the way back in year one, back in 1993. Since then, 13 district championships, 26 trips to the postseason, 3-time state finalists.
Yeah, 1-9 in 1993. That wasn't a lot of fun.
29 years ago, and it feels like 29 centuries ago now. And a good run after catch there for the Lobos, but no long going to fall well short of the first down, as the penalties really cost Lehman on that series. It's going to bring up a punt for Lehman.
If I'm playing Smithson Valley, this is as scary of a play as any during the course of the ball game.
Scary is in for the opposition.
No doubt.
Punt coming, Maldonado, and it's going to be fielded by Bafidis at the 37. Turns off the right side, Bafidis down the sidelines. Bafidis wrapped up inside the 20. There is a flag, though, all the way back in midfield. This is going to come back.
Yeah, it was right at the point, right where he caught the football.
You talked to Larry Hill about the team's success and areas they can improve this year, and one of the areas he has looked for improvement, special teams in terms of penalties. They've wiped out some big returns this year, not only tonight, and that will wipe out a good return by Bafidis. So instead of setting up at the Lobos 20, this will mark the Rangers back at around their own 40-yard line. So, Joe, that turns into a 30-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's really, it's hard to have a good return these days because, officials see somebody covering and, they may just see the guy roll on the ground. They don't really know what happened. A lot of times they just assume, in my opinion. So they throw the flag out. It's really hard to have a good return because it's almost like they don't want that to happen.
Larry Hill inducted into the THSCA Hall of Honor not too long ago, roaming the sidelines as his team sets up at the 30-yard line. So actually turns into about a 40-yard penalty there. 4 minutes to go, first half. And Smithson Valley firmly in control, playing for the 4th straight win. Clark in motion. A flip instead to Bafidis off the right side, cutting it back up the middle. And was maybe one ankle tackle away from going the distance.
Yeah, he almost had to run it all the way back down to where it did on that punt return or to the end zone. He almost broke that. He made a great cut.
Against 10 on the play. Watch the back end of this. And you're going to see a touchdown-saving swipe at the leg right there. Good tackle from Nathaniel Perez, saving a potential score. Sowersby in the backfield on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper, not many of these called for Sedelic, but a good run, twisting across the 45. That's good for 7 yards.
Looked like a little timing was messed up on that play. Backfield, like Clark had to slow down, let the snap come in front of him.
And if that was, in fact, a broken play, Sedelic made the most of it.
Sedelic's done a really nice job this year running the offense, managing it all, throwing the football, doing the things he needs to be successful.
Saw Clark come off of the sidelines there. Hunt lined up in the slot. This is a run. Sowersby fumbles the ball. Picked up at the 45-yard line by Mutagetsi. And the Lobos force a turnover on defense, the 3rd they have forced in district play this year.
Well, there's never a good time to turn the ball over. So obviously he didn't turn it over on purpose, but nonetheless, that ball is now in Lobos' hands with 2.5 minutes left in the half, as opposed to the Rangers still moving the ball down with a chance to score at the end of the half.
A coachable moment there for a young player, Brad Sowersby, only a sophomore. And the Lobos, their best starting field position by far tonight at the Smithson Valley 45. Can they capitalize off a Ranger miscue? Holland up the middle. Good run. Holland exploding inside the 35 and down to the 31-yard line. 14-yard gallop for a first down.
Well, you look at things down the line. I mean, that's just, for example, if they went and scored right here at the end of the half, they get the ball in the second half, they score again. It comes down to a 14-point game as opposed to, a 4-score game, a 2-score game.
And there's a quick play out to the perimeter for Noah Long. Going to bring up 2nd down as we wind to the final 2 minutes here of the first half. Lobos looking for some sense of momentum and, more importantly, points before halftime. Short gain of 3 yards. Richardson looking, pass caught, Long again. Duffy with the tackle, the 25-yard line. And I think that Long was still in bounds, and the clock is ticking inside of the final 100 seconds. Not a lot of downfield shots taken by Lehman. That Ranger pass rush is too good. 3rd and 2. Holland on the run off the right side of the first down after Richardson got pummeled. Just outside the 15-yard line. Clock stops to move the sticks. A minute 11 left. Lobos have 1 timeout left. Big dose of Holland so far, but not much time left to run the ball. Richardson now throwing to the end zone to nobody. That'll stop the clock, 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, that little route misconfiguration there, it looks like quarterback was expecting a little fade route and receiver ran about a 10, 12-yard out.
Again, Lehman taking over after the fumble by Sowersby in Smithson Valley territory, and now trying to capitalize. Been a long time since the Rangers gave up points. Inside the red zone, Richardson throws, and the pass caught Martinez inside the 15, short of the first down. Clock will keep ticking as third down comes up. And now it appears that Lehman has taken his final timeout as you see David Hoyas limping a bit to the sidelines. So 3rd and 6 here, Joe. Lehman now out of timeouts. 39 seconds left in the half. 6 yards for the first down. What are the options as an offensive play caller?
Well, it's tough. I mean, I guess you can go through both scenarios. I guess you can run the ball and then try to kick a field goal, because unless you score, that sounds like the odd thing to do. But throwing a football is a little bit scary to me, because you're throwing it with the D-line that can get pressure on you and sack you maybe out of field goal range. So take a shot in the end zone. You know, that's the other thing. Just take a shot in the end zone. Throw it to your guy. If your guy can't catch it, nobody does, and it's incomplete, clock stops, then kick the field goal. So I think you got to go in with some points, though, just to have a little bit better feeling about things.
3rd down and 6. Richardson throwing to the end zone, and the pass intercepted. Easy pick for Zach Gingrich. 2nd pick of the year, as Smithson Valley's defense comes up with a turnover late in the first half. Lobos unable to capitalize on the Rangers' mistake. Second turnover of the game for Lehman. And the interception for Richardson, 2nd he's thrown this year.
Yeah, that's one thing you didn't want to do, obviously, if you're Lehman, is turn it over right there. Underthrew it, and that's what happens.
Smithson Valley is now +5 in turnover margin this season. Rangers do have all 3 timeouts left, and Amaya does have a leg on him. See what the approach is here, starting from the 20. Sedlick back to pass, looking downfield, trying to find somebody open, and now will just go out of bounds. Clock stops, 27 seconds left.
Lehman did a nice job of covering the receivers up there, and the front got quarterback flushed, and he did a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field, but Lehman stayed in coverage.
Could have been a flag there at the back end of that play, kind of a late shove there from Senega. If you figure Amaya can make from 50, the target line would be the Lehman 33. Sedlick, look at a throw. Quick strike over the middle, caught across the 40-yard line by the tight end Birch. And it takes 2 Lobos to bring him down to the 48 with 19 seconds left.
That was a great catch. He's a little bit behind him. He had to turn his body back behind and grab it. That was a really super catch.
Not many catches on the year for Birch, but now has 1 in 6 straight games. As Smithson Valley will spend the first of its 3 timeouts. Should note that dating back to the 2020 season, Smithson Valley 19-0 when leading at halftime. And Joe, the last time you and I worked together, Smithson Valley was up at the half over Wagner. Thunderbirds certainly, though, made a game of it to try to come back into that game, but the Rangers were able to thwart that comeback on a late turnover as they held on to beat Wagner in the opener 21-13. Easier said than done protecting those leads.
It is, particularly if you go in with a big lead. The kids get in and they get a little bit laxed, and we're up and we're going to win, and all the stuff that you hear, starts going through their head. They're not really paying attention. They're not locked in. Sometimes that's when you're winning. Sometimes that's the hardest coaching because to get their minds back on their business.
Out of the timeout, Sedlick facing a 3-man rush finds Hunt in the middle of the defense. Hunt is finally lassoed down to the 35-yard line by Mutagetsi. 11 seconds to go. Smithson Valley is on the edge of field goal range now for Amaya.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see him get it within range and get him out there, let him kick a 40-plus yard field goal. Just to actually get to do it in the ball game.
That puts Sedlick over 100 yards through the air tonight. TJ Hunt, 2 catches for 81, including that 65-yard touchdown early in the game. Again, if you're just joining us, what a start for Smithson Valley. Opening kickoff taken back for a touchdown by Kyler Clark. And then the Rangers' first offensive play, 43-yard touchdown run, David Hoyas. Not long after that, Hunt for a 65-yarder. Doug Lance, a 3-yard score following a Lehman turnover. And the Rangers defense with a shutout, add it all up, 27-0, Smithson Valley. And there's Hunt, certainly a big threat in terms of a big play, averaging better than 20 yards a catch. Lines up on the outside here on first down. 1 timeout left. Looking for a screen for Bafidis inside the 30. A defender falls inside the 20. Goes Bafidis. Just gave the defender a Euro step at the 25-yard line. Clock stops, 5 seconds to go.
He is fun to watch, I'm telling you. Been watching him since he was about 1 year old.
Just kind of broke the ankles of the defender out there. Was he doing that at 1, Joe?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like that.
So 5 seconds left. See what Smithson Valley does here. I would think this would have to be a field goal try now.
I would too.
And the Rangers will spend their final timeout and almost certainly bring out Amaya for what will be about a 31-yard try to close out the first half. So the Rangers' ability to run the 2-minute offense here, and really with not 2 minutes to play with, Joe, it was about 35 seconds left, 3 timeouts. They go all the way from their own 20 to the Lehman 14. That's really good game and clock management there.
Well, that's just the kids being confident. They work that, and everybody works that stuff, but some people are better at it than others. The kicker to it all was they were able to get to this point in the half with all 3 timeouts. You know, Lehman gets down to the end right here, and if they have 3 timeouts, they're a little bit better suited. Well, they get, you know, when they get the ball back with a minute or whatever left, and I forget what it was, but they only have 1 timeout, so they're a little bit in more of a hurry.
Amaya, 3 of 5 on field goals this year. The 2 misses were from long distance, both over 50. This from 31, and for a 30-0 lead, and it bangs off the upright, and it's no good.
Got a flag, might not be the last one. He might get another shot at it.
And there's that penalty marker. See a replay of the kick going off the upright. On the replay, I didn't see anything.
Here, I don't know what it is. It's light, it looks like.
After the play. Lobos have already been called for 2 personal fouls in this game. There's technically 1 second left in the half. And now the officials, our head official comes over to visit with Larry Hill.
In fact, the officials got different stories.
Joe, if the flag came after the field goal was no good, does Lehman maintain possession but the yardage is just marked off
If it's dead
after they get the ball back.
I think if it was a dead ball, that would be the case.
I think that's what Coach Hill is looking for here. Does this give the Rangers another chance to getting the missed field goal, or is it assessed after the field goal try, and it is the latter?
So they'll still mark it off. It'll just be Lehman's football.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see DeHoy's back out there not limping around.
Finally, here's the call coming up. And I have to imagine that's what the confusion was, is that since there was a flag of the play and a personal foul, did it give Smithson Valley a first down and maintain possession, 1 second left, a chance to try the field goal again? But no, it happened after the try was no good, hence the dead ball foul call. So it remains Lehman possession and time for a kneel down, and this will take us into the halftime locker rooms. The Rangers' impressive 24 minutes in the books at the end of the first half. Rangers on top of the Lobos, 27-0, and perhaps on their way to their 4th straight win. We've got halftime coverage coming up. You're watching Texas High School football on the Rangers Network.
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for this.
Well, we specialize in wart and mole removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis.
SV Rangeritis?
Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it? You spread it.
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Rangers. Stand up and holler!
No, what's wrong? I really hurt my leg. That's horrible. Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler!
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
You are the recipient of the 2022 GVTC Foundation Richie T. Sorrells $25,000 scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely. Well, we receive a lot of applications for our scholarships, and it's really, we always say this, it's amazing to read through the applications every year. What you've done and what you represent is absolutely outstanding. We're honored to have the scholarship for you. Richie T. Sorrells is our president and our CEO and our founder of the GVTC Foundation, and this scholarship means a lot to him. So we're very excited to have you as the recipient this year. So congrats to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You are the recipient of the 2022 GVTC Foundation Vocational Technical $5,000 scholarship. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations to you. So we really enjoyed your application and what you plan on doing once you leave high school. So fantastic to have you as our recipient this year.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Okay, well, you need to thank Mrs. Ward because we want to congratulate you. You are the winner of the 2022 GVTC Foundation Ola Armstrong $15,000 scholarship. Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's proud of your accomplishments. It's fantastic reading your application, seeing all the great work that you've done. Really excited for your future, and we're really happy to honor you with this scholarship.
So I'm planning to go to Bowdoin College, and I'm gonna do government and legal studies. So I'm thinking about becoming a lawyer.
So I'm going to be attending Texas Tech University, and I'm either going to I wanted to major in dentistry, but I may be doing interior design instead. I still have to make the decision.
I've recently decided to officially attend UT Austin. So I will go to school there for my undergraduate and study economics there. So I'm super excited about that.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Discovery Kitchen. My name is Sylvia and I'm a registered dietitian. And today we've got our Mario with us.
Yes, I'm Chef Mario and I'm here with you today wearing my cowboy boots and my hat because we're smoking today. Today we're gonna barbecue and we're gonna turn around and create some neat things, and Sylvia's gonna tell you about that.
Yes, our theme this month is gonna be, 2 months during the summer is summer fun. So during the summertime you're with your family and your friends and you cook recipes and things that are gonna be shared with other people. So we're gonna be making his famous brisket. He's gonna show us his rub, and we're gonna show you how to prepare that. And then also a side to go with that, it's gonna be a creamy coleslaw.
The Comel creamy coleslaw. Yes. And just so you don't choke, nobody in the audience chokes, including maybe that person. We have lemonade. We have summer French lemonade that's very delicious, blueheads.
Yes.
So here we go.
So we're gonna start with our coleslaw. So the first thing, we're gonna chop our cabbage.
Cabbage, and it is a hard vegetable, so you have to be you have to be careful. You have to wear a safety glove, and somebody recently learned to wear a safety glove.
Yes. I currently have a safety glove at home now.
Because you can and will cut
I don't want to
yourself.
chop my fingers.
Now, this will render about, what did we say, 16 healthy servings. So, you may want to save the other for another occasion. They last pretty good.
Yes, cabbage actually lasts in the fridge for about 2 to 3 weeks because it's such a hardy vegetable. That's why it was hard to cut. So it lasts longer. And there's other colors right there. We have green, cabbage, red, and purple.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
And I'm going to remove this bone here, okay?
Okay.
This bone is hard.
Yes, the inside.
So I'm removing that.
And because cabbage is a hardy vegetable, it means it has fiber. So fiber, as we know, is really good for our digestive health, keeps things moving, and we don't get enough fiber, so cabbage is a really great vegetable.
And you just want to shred it, you know?
Yeah, that looks good.
Shred it a little thin as you want to go. And once you get to a certain point, you take and you chop it about 3 more times. And then you just kind of like break it up.
Why did you choose purple?
I like color. I like cooking with color. Tell us about color and cooking.
Yes, color means that it has a lot of different vitamins and minerals. We want to eat the rainbow, so we get all of those. Because if we eat this, and it looks better on your plate, it's kind of boring to eat the same color food all the time. So, makes your plate more fun. And so normally our coleslaws are savory, right? They put mayonnaise in it. But we're not doing that today.
And today I'm not going to do that. People like vinegar.
Yeah, vinegar too.
Oh, I'm not on the vinegar side. Unless it's going to end up being like a red wine vinegar, then I just say, well, skip the vinegar and just go to the red wine. Because what is that vinegar? Fermented red wine.
Red wine, okay.
So, Chile red wine. Anyway, sorry about that, children.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So let's see, what we're adding, instead of mayonnaise or something like that, what are we doing?
We're going to add vanilla yogurt.
Vanilla yogurt. So this is a sweet coleslaw.
Right.
It's really good.
And we could go Greek.
Could go Greek, yeah, Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt has more protein in it than a normal, just standard yogurt.
And because it would have protein in it, then
yes,
it would make it gluten-free.
No, that's a different thing. So most yogurts are gluten-free, unless, you know, they have some weird ingredient in there. Greek yogurt just means it has more of the milk protein, and that does not contain any gluten allergy in there.
So you're going with just this sweet vanilla?
Sweet vanilla yogurt.
And you don't have to add any more sugar to it. I mean, unless you're like me.
Really like it sweet, but we're gonna add some more things.
That's gonna make it sweeter.
Yes.
Yes.
And yogurt is really good for you. Like we said, it has protein. It's a really great dairy product. Also, if you get low fat, even better. You just gotta be careful with the sugar amounts in yogurt. Sometimes I can add a lot of sugar in there.
Low fat?
That's a low fat one, and just make sure it doesn't have too much sugar and you'll be good.
According to your recipe would be golden raisins and cranberries.
Yes.
I went a step further. I added a little bit of currants, okay? So
Currants. They're really tiny.
Tiny little bad babies.
Yes. And dried fruit is really great because you can get it at almost any time of the year. And they're always really on the shelves, right? You don't have to wait until they're in season, right? With normal fresh fruits. Because these are dried when they're peak season and they're sold to you all year round. And they have all the same nutrients as the regular grape would have, right? Raisins are dried grapes. All the nutrients are still in there, so you won't be losing out on that.
You can use it for so many dishes.
Yes, so many things. And it adds a sweetness without really adding, you know, real sugar to it, granulated sugar. Although they do have sugar in them. And you can serve this immediately, right? Or you can hold it in the fridge.
You can hold it in the fridge if you want to until your brisket is ready. So.
Yes, and that'll be next. So perfect.
So I would say, to answer that question, I would say even at least an hour to 30 minutes in the cooler is grand. And why? Because it gives an opportunity for all of these ingredients to fuse. Oh!
We almost forgot an important ingredient here, our pineapple.
I'm glad that we have Sylvia on board, believe me.
You probably thought it was just a decoration.
Yes.
You got distracted.
So now we're going to cut our pineapple.
So another sweet thing is going to make it taste even better. And this is golden pineapple?
It's a golden pineapple,
Golden.
so you notice the color. And it's real sweet. It's small, so it's personal.
Let me move this over here, Mario. Right there.
I'm glad you stopped me before I got everything moved.
Yes. Let's see. Pineapple is very, very, it's a tropical fruit. It's very tangy. If you eat too much pineapple, sometimes your tongue kind of hurts. It's because it has a certain protein in there that is used to marinate like meats and stuff, and so that means it breaks it down. So when you eat a lot of it, it kind of breaks down some of the things in your mouth, but you'll be fine. It's not gonna harm you. Your mouth just might hurt a little bit. And since it's yellow, it has a lot of vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin C, which is good for your immune health and fighting off bad germs and stuff like that. Awesome, and we'll enjoy those later.
Later on.
Awesome.
Put them in there to preserve them. All right.
All right, so now we're almost done. You go ahead.
I'm
You have
going
gloves
to
on.
Have my gloves on. I'm gonna do the little mixing here.
So this is gonna be our side dish, right, to our brisket.
To our brisket.
What are other things we could serve it with?
Oh, this is a great dessert.
Oh yeah, you're right. You
It's
could
a
have
great
it straight up
dessert.
as a dessert.
As a dessert, you could have it as a side. And you know, you could save it for sandwiches.
Okay.
It's part of a salad.
Yes, I could see that being like a topping additive to a green salad.
Mm-hmm. Center of the salad, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Just to wake it up. And again, the sweetness, and it's natural sweetness.
Yes, although it's still sugar, you know, probably don't want to eat the whole bowl, but it is coming from a fruit source. So eating it with a fruit means it comes with other vitamins and minerals and nutrients. It's packaged in a better package than straight sugar.
Correct. And
Awesome.
we're
gonna put this here,
Put it off the side.
and while we have that there, we're gonna get our brisket together. So we're gonna get that stuff. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna go light my pit.
Yes.
Take care.
All right, everybody, we're back, and we've got our brisket station set up. So we're gonna just jump right in. So what's the first thing, Mario?
Well, I'm gonna get started, and this is gonna be kind of my mixing bowl to create my mud. Yes. And this rub that we're about to make is gonna considered a wet rub.
What makes it dry or wet? What's the difference?
Dry would be the dry ingredients.
Just no wet.
No wet
products.
So
Okay, so what's that?
With some comino.
Comino.
So
Okay.
we got some cumin in there.
Cumin.
The cumin in there. We got some brown sugar.
Okay.
So we'll start off with it.
Oh, it's a lot of it, right?
Well, we did say
in our recipe we have all the measurements.
Yes, we have all the measurements in the recipe. So fear not. Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. It does look like a lot, but you need a lot to give the meat flavor.
There you go.
And that is?
Fresh garlic.
Fresh garlic, okay.
And added to it was a tablespoon, I believe, yes.
Okay.
And now comes the honey.
Ooh.
And be not afraid of the honey either.
So we've got some sweet and salty flavors going together. Why is that important?
Because that mix, it's kind of like making cookies. They have to add salt.
Right.
Why? Not to a cookie, but you have to.
Because each flavor brings out the other one, right?
Correct. One complements the other.
Yes. They go well.
And on the mustard, the original recipe, I said put bastante, a lot.
Bastante, a lot of mustard. Is that a Dijon or what is that one?
This is a honey Dijon.
Honey Dijon. Ooh,
now,
fancy.
people have told me to use Italian, and you could.
Italian?
You could use Italian dressing if you want.
Oh, okay.
But I prefer to go
I
with
can smell
this.
it.
And you
Smells
could
good.
choose your poison. You can decide what kind of mustard you want. You want to go spicy jalapeno mustard.
Right, whatever
You
your
could.
spicy tolerance is.
You have to determine who you're going to feed. If you're going to feed the family, my family, they can always add pico de gallo, whatever, to it. But
Dominic is being escorted by his parents, Michael and Karen DeToto. Duchess Jordan South. Jordan is escorted on the field by her parents, Mike and Amanda South. Duke Parker Miller. Parker's escorts are his parents, Brad and Jamie Miller. Duchess Taylor Wood. Taylor is escorted this evening by her parents, Keith and Nicole Wood. Duke Owen Vick. Owen is escorted by his parents, Clay and Carrie Vick. Our junior class is represented by the following. Duchess Aubrey Cole. Aubrey is escorted this evening by her parents, Chris and Lori Cole. Duke Thomas Barton. Thomas is escorted this evening are his parents, Brian and Lynn Barton. Duchess Olivia Fuentes. Olivia is escorted tonight by her father, Mario Fuentes. Duke Barrett Lopez. Barrett is represented this evening by his parents, Adam and Amy Lopez, brother Corbin, and cousin Caitlin Anderson. Duchess Jimena Ortega. Jimena's escorts tonight are her parents, Xavier Ortega and Nancy Benavides. Duke Jackson Maynard. Jackson is a member of the Ranger football team and is represented on the field this evening by his parents, Jeff and Tricia Maynard. Duchess Bella Reyes. Bella is being escorted by her parents, John and Faye Reyes. Duke Ryland Walker. Ryland is also one of our football players and is represented on the field by his parents, Bo and Kelly Walker. Ryland's brother and sister, Eason and Tegan, join his parents tonight. And now for the Smithson Valley High School senior class, the class of 2023, which is represented on the field tonight by the following students. Duke, Braden Matheny. Braden is in the field house tonight and is represented on the field by his parents, Hans and Missy Matheny. Duchess, Caroline Beach. Caroline escorts tonight by her parents, John and Paige Beach. Duke, David De Hoyos. David is another member of our Ranger football team and is represented on the field by his father, Edward De Hoyos, and brother Anthony. Duchess, Nisha Crow. Nisha is escorted this evening by her mother, Rupa Crow, and her brother, Jordan. Duke, Evan Ramos. Evan is escorted tonight by her parents, Richard and Terry Ramos, and older sister, Mackenzie. Duchess, Landry Foss. Landry is escorted by her parents, Brent and Renee Foss. Duke, Pierce Warnock. Pierce is escorted by his parents, Jake and Alicia Warnock. Duchess, Lily Bowe. Lily is escorted tonight by her sister, Natalie Bowe. After selecting the initial court, each class voted to bestow additional honors on a select few individuals. homecoming court, princes and princesses, and our king and queen. For prince and princess of the freshman class, the winners are Prince Milo Corona and Princess Essence Johnston. The prince and princess of the sophomore class, the winners are Prince Daniel de Hoyos and Princess Alana Alcantara. For Prince and Princess of the junior class, the winners are Prince Thomas Barton and Princess Aubrey Cole. And Prince and Princess of the senior class, the winners are Prince Braden Bafides and Princess Nisha Crow. And finally, Smithson Valley's 2022 Homecoming King and Queen, chosen by their peers to represent them, are King Evan Ramos and Queen Lily Bowes. We would like to thank our principal, Mr. Michael Wall, the Smithson Valley Student Council, and the JROTC for dedicating their time and energy to help with our ceremony this year. We wish everyone a safe drive home after the game and hope that we wish you also the very best for you and your families. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. But we would like to remind everyone that after the game is over this evening, the band will be performing its UIL show, and our dancers will also perform. So please go on to those performances. Thank you.
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for this.
Well, we specialize in wart and mole removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis.
SV Rangeritis?
Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it? You spread it.
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Rangers. Stand up and holler!
No, what's wrong? I really hurt my leg. That's horrible. Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy.
Back out at Ranger Stadium, ready to start the second half. Smithson Valley firmly in control, 27-0. As we start the third quarter, Clayton Amaya with a kickoff, fielded inside the 5 for a touchback for the Lobos. On the Rangers Network, Brant Freeman, Joe Muchigimba with you on this homecoming night. As Smithson Valley just saw the Queen and King crowned here at Ranger Stadium. But back to the game itself here, Joe. Again, Smithson Valley, the score tells the story. It was all Rangers in that first half.
Yeah, they played really well early on and then just stayed steady throughout the half. So, Coach Hill obviously right now wants to see him come out and be sharp right now. He doesn't want to see him come out of the locker room sloppy or complacent. So I imagine they'll get after it and we'll see what happens.
And so we start this second half. Lobos on offense down 27-0. They were able to get inside the red zone late in the first half, but a fourth down interception thrown by Richardson in the end zone thwarted Lehman's only true chance at scoring in the first half. Snap gets over the head of Richardson. Able to fall on it, keeping the Rangers from getting their third turnover of the game. And just like that, brings up third down and long.
Yeah, they're second and pretty manageable there with a chance to get get a real manageable third down or pick up the first. And instead, it's now 3rd and 15, which is not what they want to be doing against this defense.
Tough night for Lehman's offense, facing a defense which has been so stingy this year. Rangers no points allowed in 6 consecutive quarters. On third down and long, that pass intercepted at the 40 by Ross. On the return inside the 20, and goodbye, he's gone. And the Rangers have now scored in all 3 phases tonight. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Plenty of offense, and now the defense takes its turn.
Well, that's what you want to see coming out. You're a little bit worried maybe that they might just be kind of sitting on their heels. But the defense comes out, makes a big stop, puts it in the end zone, and see what happens here.
And for Weston Ross, 2nd interception of the season. Other one came in that season-opening win in the Alamo Dome against Reagan. Point after Amaya, up and good. Rangers continued to roll on top of the Lobos, 34-0. Early in the third quarter. Back with more on the Rangers Network.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Canyon Cougars. Sage Capital Bank is proud to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
See, mi amor, I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
All right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America. So they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
A 40-yard pick six for Weston Ross increases the Rangers' lead to 34-0. Ensuing kickoff will be returned here by the Lobos. And the return man out across the 25, Beckham Utagetsi. As Joe, we go back to the pick for Ross and the return afterwards.
Yeah, they get a little bit of pressure on him. He really, as he throws it, he's just ducking his head and getting out of the way. They've got, they run a little, I guess, the Tampa coverage, if you will. They got Mike linebacker running back up underneath a vertical route, so the quarterback's got to put air over it or under the ball, which gives a safety time to roll over the top of it and pick it off.
Smithson Valley has now forced 3 turnovers tonight. They've intercepted Richardson twice. And there's Ross, who's now scored on both offense and defense this year. Second Lehman possession, third quarter. Hollins, who had a fairly decent night for the Lobos, a bright spot for them. Good first down carry, picks up 7 yards.
Yeah, he has been a bright spot. He's got some pretty good runs tonight. Real tough individual.
We have talked about just how stingy this Ranger defense can be. They have allowed a grand total of 6 points in the second half all season. And that came in the district opener against Wagner. If you recall, early third quarter in that game, as that pass is tipped, and that's picks. Ross again. Well, they're going to say that it hit the ground. They're going to say incomplete, ball hit the turf. Not a second pick for Ross, instead third down. Judge for yourself here, Ross. Boy, the replay there, Joe, I think he's got it.
It didn't look like it hit the ground ever, but you know, those guys are down on the field. They have to call it like they see it. They don't get the advantage of the replay.
Now, one more look at this, and look at the job Ross does here. Pass was tipped up by Noah Herring. Look at the concentration. Never hits the turf. But there is no review in high school football. 3rd and 2. And there's Dunsakowski with a stop of Holland to bring up 4th down. And Joe, I was referencing that interesting start to the third quarter in the district opener 3 weeks ago. You remember it. Wagner, first drive of the third, 22 plays, ate up 11 and a half minutes, and they did not score.
Yeah, that was a really impressive drive, but it also took a lot out of them. They drive it down there, like you said, 22 plays, almost the entire quarter, and get nothing for it. So that'll hurt your feelings a little bit because you feel like you've done something really good, but you have nothing to show for it.
Punt from Maldonado. Here is the return from the 37-yard line. Clark, and they'll mark him out of bounds. Remember, Clark opened the game with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Here settles for about midfield or so with 9:11 to go in the third. And Larry Hill's team on top 34-0. Clark just so dangerous in the open field. And they're going to say stepped out on that near sideline.
It's hard to get your hands on.
Sedlick hands off to Lance on the Rangers' first offensive play here of the third quarter. In that last home game against Canyon 2 weeks ago, Smithson Valley did not score in the second half. But again, the defense pitched a shutout in a 35-0 win. And the points in the second half tonight came courtesy of the defense. And so, Joe, I'm sure that Larry Hill will like to see his offense generate some scoring in the second half tonight.
He'll want to see him put it in the end zone. Of course, if you remember Canyon, they drove it down there, and then Senlick fumbled the ball on about the 2-yard line as a turnover going into the end zone.
Here's Senlick, steps up, looking on the run, pointing, throwing. Hunt, did he stay in bounds? What a catch for TJ Hunt. They'll say it's good inside the 25.
Yeah, that was a great catch, but they missed the holding. The cornerback wouldn't get his hands off of him.
And you look at Senlick, patient, waiting for Hunt to get open. Got that left toe just inside the sideline.
It's a good throw and a good catch.
What a playmaker TJ Hunt has become. Coming off that monster game against Canyon. 6 catches that night, $167, 3 scores. Has a 65-yard touchdown to this game. On first down, run action. Or no, it is Ross off the right side inside the 5-yard line. Everybody fooled there. And a good play by Ross takes the Rangers inside the 5, 1st and goal.
It's a pretty dynamic player and well designed. There's a lot of misdirection or eyewash there to confuse the defense.
Ross, of course, had the pick 6 earlier in the quarter. As Smithson Valley on the doorstep of more points. 1st and goal, 4 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. And well on their way to their 4th straight win. See, Jeremiah Jenkins is checked in at right tackle, by the way. This is a little shovel inside to Mafitas, who stumbles into the end zone for another Rangers touchdown.
Yeah, Coach Hill liked to see that. Just take the ball and kind of drive it down there. Look sharp, look crisp doing it.
So how about Smithson Valley? 6 touchdowns tonight by 6 different players. Kyler Clark, David DeHoyas, TJ Hunt, Doug Lance, Weston Ross, and now Braden Mafitas, who has scored in 4 straight games. 41-0 Smithson Valley. 7:48 to go in the 3rd on the Rangers Network.
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just 1 session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take...
A look at Braden Mafitas after scoring that touchdown for the Rangers. Flashing up a couple of fingers to Weston Ross. And I wonder if that was, hey man, you actually have 2 picks this game, not just the 1. Mafitas has 1, that being a touchdown in this game, up to 4 in the year. And again, he has now scored in 4 straight games. And soon kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Mentioned this, Joe, and Smithson Valley has already passed a couple of tough District 12 5A tests in Wagner and Canyon. You look at the remaining schedule next week in San Antonio to face a former district opponent, MacArthur. But a tough year for the Bremas so far. Next home game in 2 weeks against Bernie Champion. Still have to go to Hayes and then close the year at home against Seguin.
Yeah, they got the work cut out for them down the road a little bit. You know, they got Mac next week. That really is, they've been off the last few years, and that doesn't mean anything other than they for some reason they're struggling. But then you look up the next week, you got Bernie Champion, which played Canyon extremely close. Then you got Hayes, which is in a tie ball game with Canyon right now at halftime, 27-27. Then you finish with Seguin, it's up 7 on Bernie Champion right now. So they got some of their district heavy hitters coming up on the tail end of it.
Of course, the Rangers not just playing to get into the postseason, playing for district championship, hoping for a long stay in the playoffs, well into November, maybe beyond. Right now sitting with a record of 4-1. That's going to increase to 5-1 by game's end. As Lehman is faced now with 3rd down and long. And for the Lobos, a team that is desperate to make the playoffs. They have yet to do that in their 18-year history. But staring at the start of an 0-3 record in district play with some tough games still to go.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's able to score points in this district. And right now, if you looked at just the stats on it, you'd certainly say that Smithson Valley's got got one of the better defenses in the league. So it'll be interesting as people scoring lots of points. They're going to go play Smithson Valley that isn't giving up very many.
Incomplete pass there for Noah Long. Brings up 4th down as Lehman goes 3 and out. You mentioned these high-scoring offenses. I think Hayes has put up 60 or more 3 times already. But we saw that high-powered Canyon offense come here, averaging better than 40 points a game, and the Rangers shut them down. They held that Canyon rushing offense to 46 total yards, and the Cougars out of the end zone. As Lehman sends out the punting unit, Maldonado back to punt with Bafidis, and Clark again back to return. But first, a delay of game against Lehman. Lobos went 1-9 a year ago. This program has finished with 2 wins or fewer 10 times in the first 17 seasons. Just had a difficult time building a foundation there. And here is the punt. It's going to die at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard to build that winning tradition, if you will, or winning culture if you don't win. I mean, you've got to win in order to do that. And it's been a while for them, and it's been tough. And the kids will keep fighting, keep coming, but until they see the successes out of the hard work that they put into it, it's going to be difficult.
But you can see it from Coach Salmon's group. Still playing hard tonight as the Rangers make a change at quarterback. Ryler Walker into the game now for the Rangers, and the junior QB hands off. And a short gain up the middle of the field. On the carry there for the Rangers. Just a 6th carry of the year for Vivians, and Smithson Valley now starting to empty the bench. Other offensive linemen out there for the Rangers right now include Nate Garza.
Vivian's a real dynamic little back. I really enjoy watching him.
See Sam Martinez out at left tackle now for the Rangers. Try to sprinkle in some more of the names as we move along. Here's a pass to Cole Freund, and he's stacked up at the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Spoke about the remaining schedule for the Rangers as far as the Lobos are concerned. Still some tough games to go next week on the road again at Canyon. Hosting San Antonio MacArthur the week after that. Final 2 games at Bernie Champion. And at home against inter-district rival Hayes. Gavin Garcia also on the offensive line. This is a 3rd down play, and this pass to the sidelines caught. And forward progress for Freund. Let's see where they mark that down. Good pass from Walker, but I think he's going to be just short of the 1st down.
This is a nice ball out to the sideline. Good strong arm.
Also see Major Trevino into the game up front for Smithson Valley. Tackle the play made there by the Lobos by Christian Ariano. And with the 2nd unit of offense out there, Coach Hill going to give them a chance on 4th down. With 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Run play off the left side. Trying to cut it back in is Vivian. And he's very close. Isaiah Vivian's on the carry. He needed the 44 of the Lobos to convert.
They marked him about football length short.
And a turnover on downs. And there you see Walker off to the sidelines. Could be looking at the Rangers starting quarterback this time next year. Right now the backup to senior Chase Sedelic. And here come the Lobos, trying to avoid getting shut out. Been a tough go for Lehman offensively since district play began. 7 points at Seguin, shutout at Wagner, and no points so far tonight. Run play up the middle, and Eddie Martinez down to midfield after a gain of 5 yards.
They got quite a few new faces on defense also. It's always good when you're able to get your whole team in the football game.
See Braxton Alexander out there on defense for Smithson Valley. At linebacker, Justin Roberts on the defensive line. Doug Lance out playing a defensive end. He'll go both ways time to time. Second down, run for Holland off the right side, and a good tackle in space made by the aforementioned Braxton Alexander. Third down for Lehman inside of 3 minutes to go here in the third.
It's always fun to watch the guys get in there and run with the football.
Ryan Vela into the secondary. Cannon Day at linebacker. That pass almost picked. Pops up into the air. But did it hit the ground? Either way, fourth down coming up now for Lehman.
Well, that was almost a great play. It was a great play. It was almost a great play and a turnover.
And Joe, you got to ask Larry Hill, text him or something. Who's 43? Almost had the pick there. Not listed on the roster we were given. Looks like a timeout call by Lehman with 2:19 to go here in the third quarter. You look at more of Lehman's history, and actually in non-district games, they've fared pretty well over the years. All-time record at 500, even wins and losses. But it has been that important part of the schedule, district play, where Lehman has struggled. In their last 60 district games, just 3 wins for Lehman.
Well, that is, the easy answer to that is you control who your non-district games are. You don't control who your district games are. So you're able to maybe schedule some teams that you really feel like you can compete with to gain that confidence that you need going into district play and creating that winning culture, if you will. And they've done a nice job of that. They've just been placing some districts that are really, really tough and haven't been able to win consistently in them.
Look back at the first 2 games of the year, a couple of impressive wins for the Lobos. They beat Bastrop in a shootout, knocked off the Austin McCallum Knights. Diego Davila is 43. Joe showing me that from his phone, so I wonder if he did, in fact, text Larry Hill.
Coach Hill just texted. He sent him a text, and he just replied to me. Yeah. He don't even know where his phone is right now. Doesn't know how to use it most of the time. But
Holland,
anyway.
by the way, a first-down carry, but now he is slow to get up, has yet to do so, and gripping the back of his head.
And Diego's a move up from the JV, he's sophomore.
Would explain why not on the varsity roster last given to us. And right now, all the attention paid to Zeke Holland, junior running back, who again has been a bright spot for Lehman tonight.
Sure got a good crowd on hand tonight.
Been a nice night for high school football here in Spring Branch. 73 degrees outside. Here we are, early part of October. The temperature finally starting to curb a little bit from all the heat we experienced in the summer, well into September. Midway point of the season. Each team 5 games into a 10-game year. Rangers 4-1, Lobos 2-3. In this game, the Rangers have control from the outset. Tone was set. First play of the game. A kick return for score for Kyler Clark, as you do see Holland come off the field after a hard-earned first down run on 4th and 5. This Lehman team won with a lot of pride, trying to avoid getting shut out tonight. As we hit the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Running play off the right side. Martinez got slung down.
Oh, that's a good play.
Braxton Alexander again for Smithson Valley.
He does a nice job of wading through the traffic, getting to the football. Braxton does.
The player that Alexander backs up is Gavin Woods, so hard to get playing time when you're playing behind an all-state caliber linebacker. Alexander getting his chances right now, making the most of them.
Junior, that's good news. That's good news for Coach Worsley.
High snap, reeled in by Richardson, high throw to Long, and then gets upended inside the 40-yard line. Tackle there made by Kaysen Camacho. Another name in on defense right now for Smithson Valley. Ezekiel Devados is in at safety for the Rangers. A lot of, again, second-teamers out there right now. Trey Adams on the defensive line with Caleb Sosa and Justin Roberts. You see one of the starters still out there, Noah Herring. 3rd and 4. And this is Long off the left side. Long, a nice run inside the 30-yard line. And Davila forces him out.
I think it will come back, I believe. Looks like they got a hole in maybe. We can only hope if you're pulling for the Rangers.
And this will wipe out the play. Saw the hold there in the back end. Looks like they caught Josiah Matza holding against Camacho. Wipes out a good run by Long. Smithson Valley on its way to a 5-1 record, and there's that hold on Matza. Try to put the hands up on the release.
Sometimes that just draws attention to you.
Even further, that's right. Lobos about to fall to 2-4, but more importantly 0-3 in a very tough district. 3rd and 12, Richardson back to throw. Here's the pressure, got drilled. They'll say that was a pass, no fumble. And with that, 4th down for Lehman with 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Looked like maybe a delayed blitz there from Smithson Valley.
Yeah, it might have been what they call a read blitz from the top. Just came late. He just came late.
Cannon Day, linebacker, the one that came in and put the hit on.
Another junior.
And the final seconds took off the clock in the third. Rangers 12 minutes away from win number 4 in a row. At the end of 3, Smithson Valley 41, Lehman nothing.
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Smithson Valley was up 27-0 at the end of the first half. Add two more touchdowns, I should say, in the third. One of those a pick six from Weston Ross. The other short 3-yard touchdown catch and run, Braden Bufidas. And the defense could be 1 quarter away from pitching its second consecutive shutout. First play of the 4th quarter, a punt as Matthew Maldonado comes out. New returner for the Rangers, but a familiar face. David DeHoyas is back to return. So not the duo we normally see of Kyler Clark and Bufitas.
I'm going to guess that David was put in there. I'm not sure why, but put in there. I imagine he'll just be fair catching it here. He won't be trying to return it.
Two-way player, David DeHoyas. A 43-yard touchdown run of the Rangers' first offensive play of the game tonight. Also starting safety, and what a season opener DeHoyas had against Reagan. 8 tackles that game, broke up a pass, recovered a key fumble late in the 4th quarter, and also blocked a field goal. Long delay here, I'm not sure what it's for. Making sure they have the spot of the ball right, I'm guessing.
Well, I know the chain crew's got it right because they've been doing this for quite a long time. Surely they didn't mess this up at the quarter.
You see out a few steps, Bruce Salmon, I say a few, several from the sidelines. Lehman's head coach. And by the time this is sorted out, David DeHoyas might already be in Lubbock. It doesn't feel like we're any closer to a conclusion here on whatever the confusion is. So what I think happened is that, remember, the previous play was ruled incomplete pass, but I think they were lining up with the ball ended up because some thought it was a fumble. So they moved back up to the line where the pass was thrown, and here we go. End over end punts. And as expected, no return there for the Rangers. And so, Joe, again, a chance for Larry Hill to give some opportunities to second and third teamers to end this game, and this is their opportunity to show something on film.
Yeah, they're in a situation where they're able to get everybody in, and that doesn't happen all the time. So when you get a chance to, it's real important to make sure that they all get in the ball game because they work just as hard as everybody else. They come to practice every day, and they're vying for a spot. I mean, they may be young, and they may be starting for you next year. So any time you can get them in the ball game on a Friday night, that's a big advantage.
See Kurt Hammock, and a running back now for the Rangers. Keeper instead for Walker across the 25. Good ball security. Going to bring up second down, 4th quarter just underway. Again, the Rangers have scored offense, defense, special teams, 6 touchdowns, 6 different players tonight.
Yeah, typically, if you score on kicking game and on defense, you're gonna win the ball game.
See, Barrett Lopez is checked in on the offense now for the Rangers. Bryce Peterson at a tight end, along with Daniel McBride. Walker on second down to throw on the rollout. Connects with McBride. Another good run after catch across the 40-yard line. Second catch this year for Daniel McBride.
That's a good half roll, good completion, and really good run after the catch.
Walker has not thrown a lot of passes this year, 16 before that one. Does have a touchdown, came with a win over East Central. That was the Rangers' final non-district game. 45-7 win at the time over Coach Hill's alma mater. Could be offsides here. And this will turn from 2nd and 9 to 1st and 5 as McBride lost his helmet. That'll mean he'll have to come out for a play. Just out of pictures where the lineman kind of jumped off sides. As Hammock had the carry there for Smithson Valley. You know, every game has a turning point, and when things really go into one of the team's favors, Joe, as far as this game is concerned, one make the argument that turning point was the opening kickoff. I'm not saying that as if the Rangers had this game won at the beginning, but it was them taking back the kickoff for a touchdown that really set the tone.
Well, I think you're right. You got a team, like I said, that's kind of reeling a little bit. They've lost 3 in a row. They're kind of wondering about themselves. They defer to you the kickoff, and you take it to the house against them. It automatically, they would have had to have something really, really good happen to them that first offensive possession. They went 3 and out, gave the ball back to Smithson Valley. Next play is another touchdown. So very early, it was discouraging for the Lobos.
Another new Ranger checks in, Raiden Bear on offense. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. Smithson Valley backups trying to engineer perhaps a scoring drive and one of the few chances they'll get. Walker on second down. This is Cole Froon to the outside. Spins across the 45-yard line, brings up third down.
It's a good job of that corner out here, number 6 from Lehman. But, you know, when you get up on a district opponent, sometimes people will wonder why you don't start putting them in when you're up two scores or 3 scores. Well, there's a thing called positive points that come into play if you were to get into a tie for a playoff spot. In 09, that cost Smithson Valley a playoff spot because they got in a tie and they lost on positive points. So you're not always trying to run the score up. Sometimes you're trying to win by 21 points or 28, depending on what that magic number is.
Walker slings that one complete to Colin Wise inside the 40. Defender kind of jumped that route. Smithson Valley fortunate it's not going the other way. Wise a good catch to move the chains. Noah Long was the defender that almost got to the football. This is coming back anyway, though. Or beg your pardon, they'll tack on more. At the end of the run for Wise, body language looked like the Rangers were moving back. Instead, another personal foul penalty against Lehman.
Is that 5 on them tonight?
I believe so. So after a good run after catch, and the flag turns into about 30 yards or so of real estate for Smithson Valley. A chance to add to this 41-0 lead. Up next for the Rangers after tonight. Again in San Antonio next week to face MacArthur. And they'll be taking with them a 4-game winning streak. Walker to the outside, inside the 20, banged out of bounds inside the 15. Another good run for Rylan Walker, and close to a first down.
It's a really nice steady drive they've mounted here. They're not just out there trying to run the clock out. They're out there trying to put points on the board, and that's what needs to be happening. They need to be trying to. Some people think, well, we're trying to run the score up on them. No, you stop them because these kids practice and they want it in the end zone.
Inside the red zone now for the second and third teamers for the Rangers. Hammock tumbles inside the 15. Tackle there for the Lobos, made by Christian Ariano. And brings up second down with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Smithson Valley will move to 3-0 in district play. Hayes Seguin also unbeaten coming into the night. Hazo was in a dogfight with Canyon at last check. Game was tied 27-all at halftime, and Seguin hosting Bernie champion. Here's Walker, hands off to Hammock off the right side. Good penetration there by Lehman. Peters Cienega on the stop. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Looks like Canyon and Hayes are in for a long night. It's 34-34 going into the third quarter.
Two of the more high-powered offenses in this district. Smithson Valley will face Hayes in the second to last game of the regular season. They'll do so in Buda. There is a play to the outside. Raiden Bear inside the 5. The official got cut down by defender, and Bear, I believe, got enough for the first down.
Looks like they marked him for first.
And yes, first down on this run here for Raiden Bear. Was able to get to the outside before being cut down there. So now the Rangers have goal to go. Smithson Valley has done a bulk of its scoring in the first half this year, just 21. Second half points coming into the Knights. They've got a couple of touchdowns in the second half this evening. And that carry by Hammock puts the Rangers down to the 1-yard line. A late flag comes in. And this could be another personal foul against the Lobos. So the play ends here, and then watch the back of Hammock. This actually could be against Smithson Valley. We'll see. Oh, there it was. I beg your pardon. Right there. And they're going to get Josiah Perez on the personal foul. Meanwhile, there's a Lobo being looked at on the field.
Looks like he's cramping, is what it looks like. I think that's number 2 or 3 on number 9 for Lehman.
Noah Long, the Lobo that is now up under his own power, going back to the sidelines. Maybe some frustration boiling over for Lehman the way the game has gone. Score update, by the way, Seguin leading Bernie Champion, 35-21. And so the downs reset. 1st and goal now, halfway through the 4th quarter. Hammock behind Walker. It's Hammock up the middle, plows ahead for his first career Smithson Valley touchdown. In what could wind up being the Rangers' last meaningful offensive possession tonight. The second, third units able to come through with a scoring drive. 47-0, Rangers on top.
That was a nice drive by that group right there. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They kept the ball moving down, stayed ahead of the chains.
And it's Kyler Clark for the point after for the Rangers. And able to knock it through, taking the place of Clayton Amaya for the PAT. This game winding down, and the Rangers are on their way to a 3-0 district start on the Rangers Network.
Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a dollar. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler.
A long Ranger drive ends with a touchdown for Kurt Hammock as Smithson Valley kicks off following their 7th touchdown by their 7th different player tonight. And this will set the Lobos up at the 25. There's a look at Kyler Clark, who, by the way, Joe, kicked a point after for Smithson Valley after their last touchdown. Get to the chance ahead of or behind Clayton Amaya. And Clark thrilled about his PAT.
Well, it's always nice to put them in a position on Friday nights and do what they may have to do some night. You never want their number one kicker to get hurt as good as Amaya is, but if they do, then you want Clark to have at least kicked in the game before.
Smithson Valley team that opened the year with that impressive Saturday afternoon win over Reagan came home and faced a very good Harker Heights team, one of the better running backs they'll see all year. Heights then a 27-13 win. But since then, the Rangers will have reeled off 4 consecutive wins. East Central 45-7. Wagner 21-13 to open district play. Canyon 2 weeks ago 35-0. The bye, and out tonight on top 48-0 with 5:20 left. Low throw scooped up by Martinez across the 40 and near midfield. First down here for the Lobos, who will fall again to 2-4. And this will mark Lehman's 4th consecutive defeat after opening the year 2-0.
Yeah, they'll go back and have to regroup. I mean, they've got some big ones coming down the tracks also still.
And with the way that Smithson Valley is playing Seguin, Hayes, Wagner now, the margin for error is very small, Joe. You think about how many losses you can afford to have. When I would say 3, the absolute most. Probably you're going to have to finish with 2 or less just to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100% there. 3 is probably going to knock you out. 4, I don't think there's a chance.
No.
There's not even a mathematical way that you can get in with 4.
Richardson lofts that one incomplete for Martinez.
Of course, you look at the playoffs, you know how things want to go down. They still give out a district championship ball, and that's what Coach Hill always used to say, so go win the thing. Don't try to figure out who you're going to play. Let's come in and lose this game or whatever. You hear people doing that. Go win the thing. Plus, it puts you in a position to go play the 2 seed out of the other district. You don't have to play the number 1 and you get home field advantage the first round. There's a lot of benefits to it other than being able to say you're the district champ. It's a long way off, though. I'm just saying there's some reasons.
Noah Long will take this snap at quarterback on 3rd and 9. Here's the blitz. Long keeps it to his left, stumbles just short of midfield. Play finished there by Matt Cravens. That'll bring up 4th down with 4 minutes left. Think about Smithson Valley's competition for a district title. Seguin appears to be on their way to a 3-0 start.
Yeah, I haven't seen Seguin, and they're just kind of quiet because they're the furthest removed, I guess, from the district, way over there but they seem to be playing pretty good football right now.
If Hayes wins tonight, they too would be 3-0. Here is a run off the right side. Martinez angling for the sticks. I think he's going to be short. Tackle in the open field made by Jaden Ballou.
Really good open field tackle.
And a stop on downs. So Smithson Valley's backup units playing pretty well the 4th quarter. Defense a stop here. Offense a scoring drive last time out. And barring any timeouts being used, if Smithson Valley can gain a couple of first downs, that can be all she wrote.
Yeah, Lehman's sitting there with a few timeouts. Wouldn't assume they would use those. I think they just let the clock run if Smithson Valley were to choose to just run the football.
Vivian's back at a running back here on first down for the 45. And it is Vivian's up the middle, stacked up short of midfield. And Joe, this has not been a flawless game by any stretch for the Rangers, despite what the score may show. You think about the turnover that almost gave Lehman a scoring chance late in the second quarter, penalties and special teams. There'll be things that Larry Hill can look at on film and talk to his team about after this one.
There's always things. It doesn't matter how good you play or anything. You never play the perfect football game. That's what you strive for. You shoot for excellence. You don't ever want to make a mistake. But there's 11 guys out on the field every play, and there's a real good chance that somebody's going to make a mistake, and you just correct it and move on. I mean, if they're fortunate enough, to get to by-district round, regional finals, whatever round it is, you're still going to be fixing mistakes. It's never going to end. So kids, as long as they come in, they're coachable, they want to learn, they've got to want to get better. They can't get tired of improving and doing the little things that have gotten them to where they're at.
A very prideful thing as well for defenses to pitch shutouts. They come so far and few between. As Smithson Valley's on the verge of pitching its second straight. This defense right now, Joe, is playing with so much confidence.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're well coached, and they know you can tell they know what they're doing on the field. They're not confused. It's hard to get something really consistent going on. You might move the ball a little bit here, a little bit there, but to have an extremely long drive on them, that's hard right now.
Timeout taken by the Rangers with 2:07 left. And you look at the job the defense has done all year long, Joe, and the only team that's really been able to move the ball, Harker Heights, again, a very special talent for them in the backfield, a few explosive plays that night for the Knights. But really beyond those 2 or 3 plays, it hasn't just been tonight, not just the past 2 games. It's been 6 strong games for this defense.
Well, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Even against Harker Heights, I mean, they have a phenomenal back, as good as they'll see, no matter how long they play this year. Smithson Valley, I'm talking about, but they didn't drive the ball on them, and they had some big plays, and he broke for some long runs, and that was a difference in the ball game. Everybody, you want big plays as an offensive coach, and you don't want big plays as a defensive coach. So if you can negate those, they're less likely to move the ball down the field just steady on you in 10, 15 play drives.
Vivian's again up the middle after his first down carry. 2 minutes to go. Lehman not taking any timeouts. One more first down should end effectively in the game. Rangers will now improve to 3-0 in the all-time series against Lehman. And this will go down as their 52nd win at home, dating back to 2010 in 65 home games. Rangers just play so well here at Ranger Stadium. Good crowd on hand tonight for homecoming. A lot of the crowd has since started to exit. The game well in hand. 2nd down and 3. First down should end it. Off that right side, and this is Bear inside the 20-yard line. Banged it out of bounds at the 15. Stops the clock with 1:10 left. But there is a flag. This one's going to come back.
Yeah, they got a little bit of got a hold of one of the Lehman guys.
Looked like there was a block of the back against Cole Freund. As you saw Bear stringing that to the outside. Remains 2nd down. And actually there's a hold right there. See it there at the 27-yard line. And really, after this play, there should just be one more of the game to wrap things up.
It's just real exciting to watch these other guys get in the ball game because they come in and their hair is on fire. They are playing hard. It's just a lot of fun for me to see that.
Vivian's off the right side. Dragged down short of the 40. Doesn't look like either coach calling for a timeout. And there is about a half-second difference maybe between the game clock and the play clock. But now the clock stops. 32 seconds to go. On 3rd down and 10. Not sure why the clock stops. Didn't see either coach call for timeout.
No, Lehman had a kid laying on the field.
It's Josiah Perez who's going to slowly make his way off. The clock will restart on the ref signal. Time for one more play. And Smithson Valley has just pieced together back-to-back dominant showings at home. 35-0 over Canyon, 48-0 tonight. And now head on the road next week to face San Antonio MacArthur. And there will not be another snap. Smithson Valley, the win streak up to 4 straight. And the Rangers remain unbeaten in District 12 5A play. One that they looked dominant from the start. The opening kickoff back for a touchdown. And the Rangers never let up on their way, Joe, to an impressive 48-0 win over Lehman.
Yeah, that's a good win. That'll, just build a momentum right now to the end. They got another one next week against Mac, and they'll just hopefully continue to roll.
For the Lobos, a tough loss as they suffer their second straight shutout setback. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage on this beautiful Friday night from Spring Branch. The final score tonight, Smithson Valley 48, Lehman nothing. On behalf of our entire WIC Productions crew and the Rangers Network, for Joe Buchagemba, I'm Brain Freeman saying good night from Ranger Stadium.